Hi, this is ECE4305, our Team 4 polling module final project. We've had issues of not filming this morning. Ryan's over there. We have cell 1 over here, cell 2 over there. We have base station 2, UE3, UE2, base station 1, and base station 2. And we should be good to begin.
UE1 is UE1.
UE1, sorry. Alright, so now we're going to
Begin.
All devices are going to wait until, here if you want to zoom in on, are going to wait until the top of the minute to begin everything, so that way they're all kind of synced up. Base station 1, which is this one, is going to start transmitting its polling request. All the UEs will start listening. Base station 2 is going to wait for base station 1 to finish its polling until it begins. Alright, so now it's just gonna be a waiting game right now. Alright, we got 10-ish seconds. Oh yeah, so the way we designed our time frame in this, in order to keep the whole system synced, is we said like the first 7.5 seconds, the whole time frame is 40. Alright, so now it's starting transmitting, and here if you want to show the UVs are listening.
Listening on standard 1.
Once it actually... Alright, so now... Alright, show the constellation. So you can see the constellation, the receive signal. And then if you want to show UE2, then I'll re-explain that. Alright, and this is transmitting on standard 1 for right now. Alright, I can explain the time frames. So in order to keep the whole system synced, we designed this a 45-second time frame. But for the first 7.5 seconds, alright, so now it's resyncing. So this is what. So for the first 7.5 seconds, we give it for this initial startup here, because it can take a few seconds. Then we say it transmits for 30 seconds, and then it will leave the last 7.5 seconds for the resyncing to the system clock. So what we're assuming is that since it's going to be transmitting for 2/3 of the time, that it's guaranteed to overlap. Alright, as you can see here is the constellation of the received for UE1. UE2 is getting its... And this is on standard 2. And it should be finishing up shortly.
Should be.
Again, oh, here we go. Just finished it. So base station 1 is finished, and now base station 2 is transmitting its polling request on standard 1. So once it actually starts up and transmits, alright, and we should get the received message. Alright, there we go. And that's a really nice small. Can you see? Alright, cool. Alright, let's go over here to UE1, which is consistently getting close to nothing. Which is still funny how it can actually still decode this message here. If we auto-scaled it, we could probably see a very small, yeah. So 10 to the -3rd, but you can still see the constellation, and I think it's switching between. So now it's on standard 2. UE3 should connect to. Let me just move this to the side so we can see the decisions. So again, the constellation is extremely small because it's much further away than base station 1. And after this, the UE should make the decision of which base station they want to make the request to, and then UE1, 2, and 3 in that order will make requests during different time frames. Here we go. So, based on power, UE1 would have UE2 would connect to base station 1 or base station 6, which is base station 1, and then it's waiting for its turn. Base station 1 is listening. Base station 1, or UE1, wants to connect to base station 6. As you can see the massive power difference. And now it's...
Time frame, packet is sending.
Yeah, so now it's sending this packet, which is a request type, to base station 1 from UE1, and it's sending now. Base station 2 over there is receiving all the requests at the same time as well, so now it looks like UE2 is sending its request to base station 1. And base station 1, once it starts up, right now it just looks like it's just about to send. And we can see the constellation from UE2. How is base station 2 receiving? Alright,
Pretty slow.
that's good. Alright, and now over here you can see UE1 is waiting for all the other UEs to finish and waiting until it should hear its request. And UE2, when UE2 finishes, it will do the same wait as, here we go. It's waiting. And UE3 is now making its request to base station 2. Alright, and base station 1 here is still listening in case UE1 decided it wanted to connect to base station 1. And let's see if the constellation. And here we go, here's the constellation, which is nice and small, so it's still very distinguishable. And base station 2 should be listening for the request. Even though base station 1 can get the request, it will see that the ID is not to its ID, so it's going to disregard the message. And after this, it will go into the acknowledgement stage, where the base stations will reply to UE1, 2, and 3 in that order with acknowledgements. And then the system is done. Alright. So base station 1 received a request from UE1 and UE2, and now it's sending its acknowledgement to UE1 first. UE1 is listening. Here we go. It's now listening for the acknowledgements. I gotta zoom that out now. So now you can see the constellation. And UE2 should also be listening at this time. Alright, if you want to show UE2 is also listening.
Right.
But it shouldn't get its acknowledgement just yet. UE3 is also listening. And base station 1 is still sending its acknowledgement to UE1. In a few seconds now, it's sending its acknowledgement to UE2. Type 3 for acknowledgement. 2 ID 2 UE2 from base station 1. The time is irrelevant, and now it should be getting its acknowledgement. UE1 is also still listening until the end in case, for some reason, its acknowledgement didn't come in the right order. So UE1 is still listening, although its acknowledgement was already received. UE3 is still listening, and that one's starting up now. That one wants to send an acknowledgement to UE3. Alright, cool. So now this one, although I don't think we missed the pause, we forgot to put in like a done sending acknowledgement, or I forgot to unsuppress it. But UE1 over here is receiving close to nothing, which looks like it's base station 2 sending its acknowledgement. UE2 is also getting close to nothing. And then after base station 2 finishes its acknowledgement, the system should end, and we will get almost done. Alright, here we go. So UE2 got an acknowledgement from base station 1. Base station 1 connected to UE1 and UE2, and base station one connected to UE1 and 2. UE1 connected to base station 1, and that one's all set.
Yeah, we're all good.
We're all good, and finally done.
We're also